Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is a T-62A. It's a Tier 10 Soviet medium tank. It's located on the south spawn of Halluf Encounter, and it's under the command of Awppenheimer, and he's in platoon with a Leopard 1 and a Kramvan, Twisted Raptor, and I don't know what that name is. Nick Gavols? We'll just call him Nick. I'm sure they'll explain his name later on, but anyway, battle started. Okay, T-62A's got a 100mm rifle gun, and with standard APCR it can do 320 alpha, penetrating 264mm, and he's got plenty of heat rounds which can do 330mm. It was designed as a replacement for the T-54, but they actually built the T-62 rather than the T-62A, and that's a smoothbore gun rather than the rifle one here. Now, if you want to get one of these, you don't actually have to go up a tech tree to get it. All you need to do is to have achieved a Tier 10 tank on the Soviet line, and you can just buy one of these because they're in the Collectors tab. Okay, Awppenheimer taking it up to the confrontation point in the northwest corner. Oh, came up behind the object and butted him in the back. He's actually moved him out of the way because I think he does actually have a better tank and he's a better driver. And Twisted Raptor's going down into the dip. Whoa, he did take him around there. Okay, can he get a shot here? Wait for the guy to poke out. Oh, he doesn't want to poke now. He knows he's in danger. I mean, if he does poke, he's probably going to get hit by Twisted Raptor, who absolutely gets hammered there. And I think that was an Arty round that hit him. But now he's going after the Centurion Action 10. He's taken him around from another T-55A across there. Go for him. Yeah, he can easily pen him. And he only fired one into our tracks, but we have lost a fair amount of hit points. 2 hits, an Object 430 and the T-55A both hit Awppenheimer, but he's going to give it another go. Okay, he's pulled back for the moment. Okay, well, I'm afraid Twisted Raptor, yeah, he's out the game. And now it looks like Awppenheimer's going to change his position. He's thinking about pulling away, but changes his mind and comes back. Oh, now 60 TP puts one into him. And he actually gets some track assistance or damage assist there. He's loading the heat now. Okay, 430. No, he's not going to hit that because this tank has terrible gun suppression. Only 5 degrees. This is better. Only gets a critical hit on him though. I think he hit the tracks. Go for it again. This time round, yes, he gets it in. No problem at all. In fact, I went through not just his lower plate, I think went through the belly of the tank. And he's got the kill. Okay, T-55A is trying to help the 60 TP now. And the position of the 430 is now being replaced by a Jaegeru. Fires one in to try and track him, but that guy is still mobile.
Stop your advance.
Yeah, his teammates are saying don't move that further. The IS-32 behind him trying to say don't go any further because he's now facing 3 basically, the 60 TP, T-55A and a Jaegeru. But there goes the Jaegeru, and it was the IS-32 that actually got the kill. Maybe he was asking Awppenheimer to stay still so that he could get the clean kill on the Jaegeru. Okay, 60 TP still there behind that wreck. It's really difficult with very poor gun depression on this tank to actually get a shot exactly where you want it to go. He tried there, but the turret armor on the 60 TP is particularly strong. And now we've got a 257 coming up from a different angle. Doesn't want to get caught in the crossfire, but he's still trying to get it in, and he did get one in at last. Low roll on the 60 TP, and they're pushing over now. And I think he's going to go for the T-55A. Many of you have been playing a T-55A recently, known as the Thunderbolt. in the Waffenträger game. Well, he's out the game, and now we're going after the 257. Okay, he's going down one way or the other. Okay, Awppenheimer didn't get the kill. That went to the IS-32 again. And the enemy's capping, but I don't think they'll be capping for very much longer. They're 3 tanks down now. They do have a Badger just around this corner, and that could be a problem for Awppenheimer. I think he's actually going to just kind of try and bypass them, go for the Waffenträger. Okay, nice weave there, gets one in. I think he tracked him and he burned his repair kit straight away. Okay, he's using the HE rounds to take this guy out. One more. Just needs a pen. Oh, he didn't get it, and now he's going to suffer around from that Waffenträger. Ouch. But the guy has a fire and he's gone. Nice. But he needs to get a reset on the cap. It takes twice as long to cap, but it's a Badger that's in there. One shot in, please. Yes. So he's got a reset there. Can he do it again? Of course he can. Nice. And he will just keep pumping these shells in using artificial gun depression by turning his vehicle slightly sideways and going up the side of the wall. And that Badger's not going anywhere quickly. And yeah, he's out the game. So there's only 5 enemies left, 3 of them Arty. The 2 tanks, well, one of them's an M48 Patton and the other's T-64E1. There's the E1 up on top of the hill. Must have gone up to near our spawn point. And the M48, well, he's up there as well. And the T-54E1 is now back in the garage. Okay, so it's only the M48 and then the Arty. Okay, well, there he is. Nice shot. Very accurate, this gun. Oh, that was brutal. That was a ram that kicked the tank right up into the air. And it's surprising that the ram, the kill actually went to the Object 261, who just got fed up with that Patton being there and decided to have his way with him. So there's only 2 enemies left now, a GW E100 and a GW Tiger, and here's the GW Tiger. 1 shot's all it needs. He's using the standard APCR. Why waste credits on these guys? Because he can easily pen them with standard rounds. Unfortunately, that guy's slightly over ridgeline, which is one of the reasons why we go to hide in the village sometimes. It's because it's more difficult to see us. Any tank that comes up from the valley, yeah, it's going to have to come some distance in order to get a shot. And that's it. It's all over. A lot of damage recorded, 7,742, but is that the final amount that he actually did? Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for Awppenheimer in the T-62A. In fact, it's not just any old ace tanker. This was his first in this vehicle. He also got a fire from effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5, 1 short of getting a top gun. He also got a sharpshooter badge for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy. An arsonist, because he set light to the Waffenträger Aufpanzer 4 and saw him burn to death. A duelist medal for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a hand of gold for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 14, and finally he got a battle hero medal. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and his win rate for the game was 13,541, which is super unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at team score and see exactly how much he did. Well, it was the amount that was recorded, 7,742 hit points of damage. That is a monstrous score compared to his teammates in that game, because they just didn't do anywhere near as much damage as Awppenheimer, but he does have a lot more experience than they do, I think. At least I think he probably does. He also got the highest number of kills, 5 kills. The next highest scorer was the IS-32, got 3 kills, and in fact actually he benefited from the shots that Awppenheimer made, because if it wasn't for Awppenheimer keeping that Jaeger at bay, he wouldn't be able to get that kill, and if it wasn't for Awppenheimer going in after those enemies, that these guys, or this guy specifically, then got an easy kill after Awppenheimer removed most of the hit points of that 257 that was down in the dip. So let's have a look at base XP. Well, only 2 players managed to get the base XP over 1,000. Awppenheimer was top with 1,399. That means he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,009 went to the IS-32, and then the T-49 managed 807. The FV-38005 managed to get a Confederate out of that game, and of course we know that Awppenheimer got the high caliber. He fired 35 rounds in that game, 33 direct hits, 24 penetrations, 2 splash, damage of 7,742 hit points, of which 859 were at more than 300 meters. Those were the shots on T-54E1. He received 5 hits from the enemy during that game. 3 of them were pens, 1 non-penetration and 1 hit by way of splash damage. He also spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 5, did 2,622 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 2 defense points when he reset the cap on the Badger. With a premium account, he actually earned 114,521 credits, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he actually made a small loss of 4,959 credits, and the reason for that was of course the heat rounds that he used during the battle. But of course, if he hadn't fired the heat, he wouldn't have got the results that he was after, and they wouldn't have taken them down and won the battle so quickly, and he wouldn't have 7,742. I know a lot of people say, oh, they're spamming gold like an MFer. Yes, I know, but the point is that in these battles, if you want to win quick, the only way you're going to do so is with heat rounds to get through the armor and do as maximum damage as quickly as you can to get these tanks out the game. If it's done quickly and effectively, then your loss is relatively small, and this is a small loss. Awppenheimer will make that back in next to no time at all. He got 25 bonds for the battle, 7 for the, or is it the other way around? 25 for the achievements and 7 for the bonds. Actually, I don't know which way that is around, but he got 32 bonds in total. 2,098 XP from the game, times 2 for the first victory, 1,000 for completed mission events, 2,098 from personal reserves, and took away 7,295 experience points altogether. So a very good round in the T-62A. Congratulations on your first ace tanker. And since I've got the ability to go and buy a T-62A without actually requiring or getting the necessary skill first, I think I might go and get one of these, but I don't think I'm going to be anywhere near as capable as Awppenheimer when it comes to using it. And that's, I think, the big mistake that Wargaming's made by allowing people to just get a T-62A if they've got the credits. They really do need the experience in order to use it first. And of course, this is one of the things which I've been saying about them taking the Arty out of the tech tree and putting them in the collectors tab, because it means now people get into Artys and they don't have a clue how to use them. In fact, I've seen Artys driving to the very front, hoping to get killed so that they can then collect the experience points and move further up the tech tree, simply because they don't know how to aim properly. And I know that's very sad, but the thing is, if you buy a T-62A and you don't know how to use it, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. In fact, you're going to be a liability for your team because you're a top tier tank and you just don't know how to play it properly. So I probably won't buy a T-62A until I've got the requisite experience to use it. But certainly it does help watching someone like Awppenheimer play his T-62A to see how he did things, to actually learn how he actually went up slopes to create artificial gun depression, how he actually moved up on that T60TP to try and get shots into him when he was looking the other way, and eventually how he actually helped in taking down that Jaeger. Because unless you learn these sort of things, you're not going to do well in a tank that you just buy for credits, just as you wouldn't do well in a premium tank that you buy in the shop and then expect to be able to take it out straight away and use it as well as some Unicum will. Anyway, there's enough of my rant for the moment. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.